Welcome back, guys. So last time we have created some IRCTC train booking API. Then we have performed some operations for creating API documentation. But today I will tell you how to handle exceptions in your Spring Boot projects. Lots of things we have to do here. We have to use some annotations, but as we know that on our normal Java project we use try and catch block for handling exceptions, but in Spring Boot we have different ways to perform that. So what we have to do and which annotations we have to use in our project, let's see. So I think first annotation is at the rate controller advice, and second one is I think at the rate exception handler, at the rate exception handler. So what is the difference between both? So this one is used for handle exception globally, and this is used for customs custom exceptions. So let's see how we will perform. Let's go to Spring Boot tool. In simple way, controller advice आपका एक्सेप्शंस को ग्लोबली हैंडल करेगा, और एक्सेप्शन हैंडलर आप अगर कुछ कस्टम्स एक्सेप्शंस क्रिएट करते हो तो वो उस यूज़ में आएगा। जैसे हम जावा के प्रोजेक्ट्स में थ्रो का कीवर्ड यूज़ करते थे, थ्रोज का, न्यू थ्रोज का, फॉर throwing our custom exceptions. Okay, now guys, let's create a new project. Spring Starter. I will tell 11 rest and exception. com.rest API exception. Okay, next. Select Lombok, Spring Web, Spring Dev Tools. We don't need any time leaf and MySQL driver, we don't need that. Okay, finish. So it's created here. So guys, how we will write a code for that, let's see. First of all, we have to create a package name exception that we have created earlier, but exception dot handle, I can say that handle, and write here class name. So error info, okay. Okay guys, let's first of all let's see uh, our code without any exceptions. So delete this file from here. So create here a REST controller. First of all, class exception dot rest, write here REST controller exception. So now it's created. Okay, so create a method public string get welcome, like this one, then print some message, a string a message equal to welcome to 404 coding master. Okay, so this is our method, and annotate this class at the rate rest controller and import it from Spring Framework. Yes, it's imported. Okay, and it's why is this error? Add return statement. Okay, so what we have to return here? Return message. I want this message. Okay, and get, let's create API for that. We will use get mapping welcome, import this from here. Okay, so let's try to run this in our browser. What we will get output, local host, use this and remove this from welcome. Okay, first of all we have to run our project. Go Spring Boot app. Let's see if it work. Okay, refresh this page. Here we have our output, our string message that we have written. So let's go to Spring Boot and try to create some purposeful exception here. What kind of exception? Like int I, close this, equal to 10 divided by 0. Okay, run again. Refresh this page. So here we found white label error page, and what is showing? Is this showing like divide by 0, and there was an unexpected error, internal server error 500. Internal server error means we must have done some mistake in our project or our API, so that's why it's showing this internal server error. So guys, we don't want this white label error page, we want some meaningful message and some details of our exceptions. So let's create it. How we will do it? Close this. Now we will create our exception. Go to exception, create here class, write error info, close this also. So private string code means some error code. If we want to give some error code or exception code, so there I have to write there. Second thing, private string message. What message we want to print there? And print, sorry, private local date and time. Local date and time, like this. When, okay, local date and time. So okay, here annotate this class at the rate data for setter and getters and import it from Lombok dependency, and the job is done. Now second thing, we have to create handler class. We want to create a handler class, exception handler class. So app exception handler, finish. So write our coding here. First of all, annotate this class at the rate controller advice, at the rate controller, sorry, at the rate rest controller advice, rest controller advice, cause we are performing this in rest controller. So write our coding from here. So here we have to write public response entity error info handle exception e, then string ex message, e dot get message, e dot get message. Use this here. Then after, create error info object, error info class object, error info equal to new error info, like this. So we have created object of error info class where our error details are present. So info dot set code. What code you want to set there? mm, what error we can set it? Exception 2001, exception code, some meaningful name, means like this. Then info dot set message. Here, okay, it's right. Then info dot set time and date. Here you have to write local date time dot now, this one. Okay, then what you have to do? Return what we are returning here, response entity with info object reference, then https status code, this one, dot internal server error. Cause internal server error, we have used internal server error for showing there is a mistake in our API or our project code, so that's why we have used this. And annotate this class exception handler value, what value? Equal to exception class dot class. And I think we have to import this. Yeah, okay, so let's try and run this code whether it is working or not. Okay, so this will give some error message in JSON format. Let's try this. Localhost welcome. Okay, so here we can see that this our message print in JSON format, and this is how you can handle exception in Spring Boot. And the message by 0 which was in white label error page, and this is how you can create a meaningful error message in your what page. So friends, in next video I will tell you how to create user not found exceptions, or how can you create custom exceptions. So thanks guys, bye.